Hello and welcome to wenll's Guide to DPSing the Twin Consorts as a hunter in Throne of Thunder's 10-man normal. So basically, first phase, pretty easy. All you really gotta do is you gotta be spread out 8 yards so that you can avoid taking damage from something called barrage. And it just does like splash damage to you and everyone around you, knocking everyone in its radius back a little bit, which doesn't really affect you as a hunter, so it's really just the damage that affects you more as a hunter. But yeah, you just have to make sure you spread out 8 yards for that. You can see it got cast a few seconds ago. It's going to get cast here again in a few seconds. So you just got to watch out for that. The other ability that, yeah, I see it right there. The other ability you have to look out for is there will be flowers on the ground. You can see them kind of in the top left corner of my screen with a blue aura around them. You don't really have to look out for the flowers themselves, but basically what they do is they put green mist and spread it out across randomly across the floor and stuff. So it's really the mist from the flowers you gotta look out for, because if you get touched by those, they'll basically put you to sleep for like 5 seconds or something. So they move pretty slow. They're pretty easy to avoid. This phase lasts 3 minutes, so it's honestly a really easy phase. There is another mechanic to this whole raid, and basically what happens is there are 4 celestial platforms or pillars in each corner of the room, and if you're tasked with clicking on them, you just run over, click on them, and then I think you'll basically see a large dragon in the center of the room, and there should be like orbs within the circle of the room. And basically all you're going to do is there'll be like a symbol, like say a W, that gets put over your head, and you want to do this whole connect the dots thing where you connect the dots in such a fashion that you form a W. So like if you click on one and then you click on the next one, it'll form a line between the two that you clicked, and then you click on the next one, it'll form a line between the last one you clicked and the other one that you clicked, and you just keep doing that until you form whatever pattern it told you to originally form. So like if you're supposed to form a W, then try and form a W by connecting the circle dots. If you're trying to form this or whatever, I'll try and include a video of it. It's a little hard to explain. It's easier to actually see, but for now we just have our monk doing it, so I don't have a video, unfortunately. But it's pretty easy. Just make sure if you do it that you basically have talents or glyphs so that you have speed movement, because you want to get it done as quickly as possible so you can get back out and start DPSing again. Also, once after 3 minutes, phase 1 ends, phase 2 begins. At that point you're going to be killing Swin, the lighter boss. Once you're in that phase, basically there's only a few abilities you gotta look out for. One is the charge, which you can see just did to me, and it knocks you back pretty far. So I would recommend actually glyphing instead of doing glyph of deterrence, use glyph of disengage, so you can actually, because it charges you back, it knocks you back pretty far. So if you have the glyph of disengage, you'll have twice the disengage distance, so that can be slightly helpful for getting back and DPSing faster. Basically you still want to be spread out 8 yards though, and aside from the charge, which you really can't do anything about except disengage back, the only thing I really look out for is you gotta be spread out 8 yards, and then whenever Ice Comet is about to be cast, you want to make sure you're watching that, and then whenever it's about to be cast, just make sure you're constantly moving to try and avoid it. It's pretty hard to avoid, but as long as you're moving in a straight line somewhere, then you should be able to avoid it. So just do your best to try and avoid that unnecessary damage that the healers won't have to heal help them out a little bit. Because in the next phase, it's going to be a pain on healers. Yeah, you can see sometimes the DBN timers don't line up, so I actually got hit there. Hopefully they have updated them so they do line up, but yeah, just watch those. Make sure you don't get hit. After 3 minutes is up, the day phase will end, and you'll go into what's called the dusk phase, where both of them will be active again. And at that point, you really just want to keep DPSing Swin down as much as possible. Blow all your cooldowns and everything on them. During this phase, Luin will still cast the Ice Comment, so you still gotta try and move for that. And at the same time, you want to be spread out 8 yards because of that. So you gotta watch out for the Ice Comet still. And then the other thing that she'll cast is something called Tidal Force, which she's about to do now. And basically, she just like launches these tidal waves at random directions from herself that extend outwards, and they're basically almost impossible to avoid. The only thing you can really do is just do as much DPS as Swin, try and get him down as quickly as possible, and then if hopefully one of the buffs, celestial buffs, gets activated where everything gets slowed down. Also, the Cosmic Barrage apparently is active in this phase as well, so you gotta watch out for that as well, which is just really being spread out. But yeah, just get Swin down as quickly as possible so that you can avoid having multiple tidal forces, because those things suck. And if you find yourself low, deterrence, so that hopefully you don't take damage and die if you're already low from tidal force. Another trick with the tidal force is if you see a tidal force has gone out in a certain area, get in that area and then try and go into the area where it's already just gone. And I've noticed a lot of times she won't cast in the same area twice, so just keep following wherever she's just cast it, and that might help. So this final phase, basically you just got Luin left, and at this point it's pretty easy. All you really gotta do is look out for the green mist on the ground again, and occasionally you'll get that Cosmic Barrage on you. So there's not really anything you do with that, just keep DPSing and make sure you're still spread out 8 yards. So honestly, overall it's actually a really easy fight for hunters. The entire fight you just gotta be spread out 8 yards, and then for half the fight, pretty much like phase 2 and phase 3, you just gotta make sure you're constantly moving for that Ice Barrage, or not Ice Barrage, the Ice Comet. So really it's just pretty easy in comparison to some of the other fights as far as being a hunter anyways. So I'll try and include a video at a later time where I further can explain and show in more detail how the celestial pillars work, the celestial pillars and buffs. But for now, I haven't personally done it, and I don't have a video of it, unfortunately. So anyways, yeah, just hope this guide is helpful, and hopefully you're able to down twins. It's pretty mana intensive for the healers, but as far as a hunter, it should be fairly easy. So anyways, hope this guy is helpful, and thanks for watching.